What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Binance Coin, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, I do a different cryptocurrency here on the channel every week. Binance, we're wrapping up this Sunday. So that means I need you guys to go in the comments down below and comment which cryptocurrency you would like to see reviewed here on the channel. Obviously, it doesn't matter if it's one that you think is going to be a major pump to the upside or one that is going to be dumping to the downside. Regardless of the direction, definitely make sure to leave it down below because we can obviously leverage it to the upside or short it to the downside. So I'm a big fan of that. Now, specifically in today's episode, I made a video yesterday which was fairly interesting, talking about just a message to most of you guys in regards to the way the markets have been moving to. XRP specifically, major short to the downside, major correction, and I feel like a lot of these cryptocurrencies actually did the same thing. We saw major dumpage yesterday, and it's kind of something we need to talk about as we're starting to look more on the bear side in the next couple of days. So definitely, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. Otherwise, if you're interested in any of my trades, you can check me out on Patreon as I post all of my crypto trades over there. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. Alright guys, so yesterday I put out a video, as you guys can see here, XRP Ripple, my most critical message to most of you guys here on the channel. Yesterday was a very interesting day, I would say across the board for cryptocurrency investors and hodlers. As you can see right now, top 10 crypto, we are in a very bloody market. Everything is just dumping much lower. We're down probably on an average 6% across the board, and in top 10 cryptos, I'd say about 8% everywhere, where coins are down double digits for most of them. You know, Polkadot, we have Uniswap, Theta, and a few more are down quite a bit, but everything is in red across the board, and that's something we have to look at. So what's interesting is yesterday was definitely a big sign. Now, I know I was really on the edge for XRP. I discussed this very in depth yesterday, talking about the fact that we could see a big correction to the downside, and that's why I was waiting to invest. Yesterday, I discussed that the way we were closing did not look good. We saw a small dip or a small swing to the upside, which was okay, but I discussed in specific that we really needed to see that daily candle close above this resistance of 54 cents before I bought in. Now, I jumped the gun a couple of days ago on the 22nd of March, where we actually saw prices swing up much higher, and I bought in on the same day, the second I saw confirmation above resistance, created my stop loss, and then we immediately swung right back down, and I broke even. It didn't make anything. So that's pretty much me not listening to my own advice, and the next day we did the same thing, and then yesterday we did the same thing, and I have yet to invest into XRP for that reason. 2 days ago, we saw the price swing major to the upside, and we actually did not close above the resistance. Yeah, it might look so, but it really wasn't anything for us to be like, okay, time to buy in, we're going to swing to the upside. Yesterday, I put out a video talking about how most of the cryptocurrencies looked bearish, and I didn't want to spread FUD, as we saw Ethereum and Bitcoin hit resistances on the downtrend, and until we broke through a daily candle above the downtrend resistance here, it didn't seem like a viable plan to actually buy in. Coins were starting to dump lower, and it didn't seem like a good idea. And immediately after that, I discussed that this could suck XRP into it and pull XRP lower. And to no surprise, it did exactly that. Yesterday, we actually saw the candle, which was above resistance for a couple of hours in the morning, swing right back down below and retest our bottom support at 46 cents, pretty much where we started the run from, and then hold out fairly well. And we closed above that support level right there. So that's why I like to say don't buy in unless, you're a, more moderate, or you're, definitely a high risk trader. But for a conservative trader like me, I always wait for the daily candle to close to give me that better direction of where we're going to be seeing the markets move the following day. So if you guys were up that late at night and you saw the price bounce off the daily moving average right here, you'd know this is a good opportunity to buy in as we closed above there, and immediately prices started to swing back up. But for yesterday, when we talked about the fact that we needed to make sure the daily candle closed higher, closer to 57 cents, which we discussed, if we closed the daily above 57 cents, we'd know to buy in anticipation for for a swing to 63. We also talked about the outside manipulation, like we could see Binance, Bitcoin, and Ethereum see, dips to the downside, and there's a big chance it was going to influence XRP to correct lower, and that's exactly what happened. We did not close the daily candle above our support level or near 57 cents, and we actually reversed back downwards and closed below this resistance, or what is a resistance now, below that at 54 cents, and corrected all the way back down to 46, which is a terrible drop. But now we have to talk about where we're going to be moving to in the near future, where the next target is and how we're going to move to that. So I'm going to take my focus off of XRP for a moment, look at the other major cryptos, and kind of discuss the patterns that are playing out right now. So just a couple of days ago, we discussed that there was a good chance we were going to see a retestment of the all-time highs for Bitcoin as well as Ethereum, and that's exactly what we did. Ethereum actually swung back up, doesn't matter, hit that resistance at 1950, and we needed to make sure we closed above that. So the problem with this zone is it becomes a very critical movement and a very critical level for most cryptocurrencies in the price. When we get very close to all-time highs, two things could possibly happen. A, we close the daily candle above that resistance and allow ourselves to pump even higher, which would be great. So for example, if Ethereum, which was at 1927, closed, let's say, closer to $2,010 and broke through this massive resistance level, we would probably continue to see the prices pump higher, creating a new all-time high. The other problem we have to consider is possibilities of a double top. This is huge. This is something we discussed. For those that don't know what a double top formation is, a double top formation is when the price actually heads up higher, hits resistance at the second peak right here, and reverses downwards, pretty much going back down to the neckline where that reversal happened, almost an M formation, and breaking lower. Notice the first peak we could consider an all-time high, and the second peak was retesting the all-time high, which gets rejected, and we immediately correct downwards. That was my fear on XRP, Ethereum and Bitcoin specifically, and if it managed to do so, we would ultimately enter a short market. So that seems to be what's happening. We have a clear, obvious neckline at 1429, which, if you guys aren't in, I'm going to be shorting the markets for Ethereum and Bitcoin down to the neckline, which is 1,400 for Ethereum and closer to 44 or 45,000 for Bitcoin right now. So I do believe we're going to be dumping lower. This is my prediction for probably the end of March into the beginning of April. The same thing applies itself with Ethereum, as I do believe by the beginning of April, end of March, we should see prices swing back down to the neckline here, closer to 1433. So this is a major short opportunity. Now, how do you guys, take advantage of this short opportunity? Well, I have a linked Bityard in the description. Bityard is what I use to basically buy long and sell short on cryptos. Now, obviously, I want to explain something to you guys. They do have Bitcoin, they do have Ethereum. Either of these are great opportunities. So we can choose Ethereum, for example, which did retest its neckline. It might not show it here on the Ethereum chart, basically because this is Ethereum to USDT, not to US dollar, which is different. This is to Tether. And you can see that with this movement right here, we have a neckline, we have the top resistances, we're starting to correct lower. I believe we'll head to here. Now, when you guys leverage trade and short the market, the second you start doing leverages closer to, I would say, anything above, honestly, 10 times is very, very, very high margin. If you start doing 40, and I know people that leverage at 50, you're going to be in it only for, a couple of hours, if not a couple of minutes, because of how, violent market movements can be when you leverage that high. That's why for a longer term trade, consider, trading at 5 times, if not at most 10 times for a short down. Now we're talking about, getting into a market that ends in maybe a week and a half. So when you're looking at a week and a half times table, you want to do a lower leverage, putting in for, let's do it. I'll do a demo easily for you guys. So we have Ethereum right here. We're going to short this. Let's do a 5 times leverage. Let's put in $2,000 for a short. I'm going to confirm this. We can create a stop loss higher. Let's say we do a stop loss just to cover our ass. Let's look at Ethereum right here. Closer to, I would say if we broke through at any point 1826, it would be an immediate reversal to the upside. Now this would be a big jump, but 1826 is where I'm looking for. So we go onto Bityard right here. We go into settings. We go to the stop loss, 1826, which would be fairly high. Actually, because we're leveraging this right now, 1650 is where the stop loss is. That's losing 90%. 1650, let's go back to Ethereum, is closer to right here, which is okay. Granted, if we did hit this, that would be pretty big, and it wouldn't be a telltale sign that we flip to the upside. So I guess, and there's still a big chance that we do retest that, because I do think as we follow this lower high formation, we could see prices swing back up here and then dump lower. So it's going to be an interesting trade to say the least. But really what we're looking for is rejection on this. Ooh, I did not mean to move that. Rejection on this downtrend right here. Good chance we'll pump, hit that, and then correct lower, and just use this to ping off of as we slowly swing back down to the moving average, just as so. So we can lay it in right now. There's a good chance today we actually might start to swing up, so I may not actually buy in right now. I may cancel that leverage, but that's pretty much what I'm referring to. And just right now, off of this leverage, we're already up $20. Just by clicking close, we're up $29 just that quickly. We just capitalize off that run of that potential profit. But I'm going to be buying back in for the short on Ethereum when we probably retest this resistance here. The same thing goes for Bitcoin. When Bitcoin swings back up and retests 53, then I'll go back in. But ultimately, if you guys are just going to buy into the coin or want to consider shorting it, long term, or the next target for Bitcoin and Ethereum would be closer to this moving average right here, which is exactly where the neckline is. Bitcoin a little bit lower, but the target I would say is 45,000 for Bitcoin in the next couple of days, maybe a week and a half, and Ethereum would be closer to the moving average, closer to 1,400, and I would say $40 or $1,450. So I do believe we're going to short this, and I do believe Bitcoin is going to come back down right here in the next couple of weeks. So that's pretty much how you take advantage of, Bityard, and how you can short that market. That's pretty much what I plan on doing. You can also just hold the coin, which is easy too. Just go into spot trading and then literally just, convert the USDT into Ethereum, and you'll literally only capitalize off the downtrend if the coin moves down dollar per dollar, instead of leveraging it 5 times, which gives you a lot more opportunity to lose money, but can also make you a lot more in profit. So that's another option you can do. But I do believe the way these coins are, moving itself is we're probably going to enter a bear market. I mean, we do still have these higher low formations on XRP, which is the only good sign I see on XRP, the only good sign on XRP right now. I mean, we could also be seeing something like this. Now, there's only 2 confirmations here. We need to wait for a third before we can consider this as a major pennant flag. But there's a good chance that this pennant flag could form. Really, what would confirm that is another breach to the upside where we retest, I would say, resistance at 54 cents, which seems very viable. And then coming back down, this would confirm an even longer pennant flag that we had originally anticipated. So I do believe in the next couple of days, we'll probably see XRP swing back up, retest once again that resistance closer to 54 cents, and then start to see a pump lower, or a dump lower. So let's just let XRP play out. But for Ethereum and Bitcoin, I am starting to go bearish. Unfortunately, I'm starting to see double top formations. I mean, it's so freaking obvious right now what that is. Boom. And then boom. The second we hit here, big opportunity that we're going to swing it even lower. And this could be the reversal sign that we have to pay attention to. As for Binance Coin, I'm getting worried, guys. I mean, we had a major pennant flag formation. Now, obviously, we talked about this would just be a big opportunity to know the time to short or buy long the coin. And as Binance Coin is starting to hit resistance right here, it's looking like it wants to correct lower. So with that in mind, big chance on a short opportunity to swing the coin back down $160 on Binance. I mean, I don't know what else to say. This is a huge opportunity for shorts. Obviously, you can't do Binance Coin on Bityard, but you can do it on Binance itself or some of the other exchanges that offer it. I think KuCoin does. But that's an opportunity to short Binance for the long term. And then I do believe that Bitcoin and Ethereum are all starting to appear bearish and should be retesting its neckline very soon on the coins. And I do believe XRP is probably going to just stagnate and maybe head back up to retest that resistance of 54 cents. But otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.